Okay, Bismillah. So, um, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. We're busy with the 40 hadith of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. I'm going to recap just the last one. I know the memorization probably has taken a bit of a backseat, but let's just recap the last one. I'll just recap the end of the hadith where the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam says, فَإِنَّ مَثَلَ الْقُرْآنِ, that the example of the Quran, liman ta'allamahu, to the one that learns it, فَقَرَأَهُ, and he reads it. Qara often means to read, also means to memorize, to internalize it. وَقَامَ بِهِ, and he stands up with this Quran, he establishes like the night prayer. كَمَثَلِ جِرَابٍ مَحْشُوٍ مِسْكًا, it's like a container that is filled with musk. يَفُوحُ رِيحُهُ فِي كُلِّ مَكَانٍ, that this smell, this person's like this container of musk, that the smell spreads in wherever this person goes. وَمَثَلُ مَنْ تَعَلَّمَهُ فَيَرْقُدُ, and the like of the one who learns the Quran and he doesn't read it, it doesn't pray with it. وَهُوَ فِي جَوْفِهِ, but the Quran is in his heart, but he doesn't pray and doesn't read Qiyamul Layl with it. كَمَثَلِ جِرَابٍ وُكِئَ عَلَى مِسْكٍ, is like a bag that has been of musk but has been tied close. That's going to be the last hadith. The next hadith is al-hadithu, what should be one say, but al-hadithu at-tasi ashra, the hadith, the 19th hadith, and Abdullah ibn Amr radiallahu ta'ala عنهما أن رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم قال, that the Prophet صلى الله عليه وسلم said, من قرأ القرآن, man, whoever قرأ القرآن, whoever reads the Quran. When we say قرأ, we don't always mean just reading like recitation, also means like someone who has memorized the Quran, internalizes the Quran, has become a part of that person. So قرأ often has like a weighty meaning as well. من قرأ القرآن, and this is the hadith, this is a powerful hadith, فقد استدرج النبوة بين جنبيه. فقد, has certainly, استدرج, daraja, what's the meaning of darajat? Anybody, what's the meaning of darajat?
Level.
Like a levels here. So istadraja means when a person has attained the level. So whoever has read the Quran, فَقَدْ اسْتَدْرَجَ النُّبُوَّةَ, they have reached the level of nubuwah. It's a heavy thing to say. They have reached a level of prophethood بَيْنَ جَنْبَيْهِ, between that person's two sides. غَيْرَ, except أَنَّهُ, that this person, لَا يُوحَى إِلَيْهِ, this person does not receive revelation. So obviously we don't mean that person is a prophet. It means that that person has an element of prophethood. And what's that element of prophethood? The element of prophethood is just as the Prophet ﷺ used to recite these words, just as Rasulullah ﷺ used to memorize these words, just as some of the Prophet ﷺ used to internalize these words, so in the same manner which someone who does this, they also have that same attribute, that same element. So it's a very praiseworthy hadith, that whoever reads the Quran and by extension memorizes it and internalizes the Quran, that person has attained a form of prophethood, in a not obvious in a literal sense, because the person doesn't get yuha, he doesn't get wahi. So I'll go through the translation again. Man, whoever qara al-Quran, reads the Quran, faqad, he has certainly istadraja, he has reached the level of an-nubuwata, of prophethood, bayna jambayhi, between his sides. In other words, that idea that he has prophethood between his sides means he has the wahi on his chest. His wahi has been on his heart, he's internalized wahi. غَيْرَ أَنَّهُ لَا يُوحَى إِلَيْهِ, except that this person, لَا يُوحَى إِلَيْهِ, there is no revelation that takes place to this person. Then it says, very important hadith. La yambaghi. La yambaghi means it is not suitable. It is not befitting. It is not the way. La yambaghi. It is not befitting. It is not suitable. Li sahib al-Quran, to the sahib of the Quran, the companion of the Quran. And normally you call someone a companion when they are closely attached to something. Like when you are closely attached to something, then you become the sahib of that thing or of that person. Is when you're a close companion. In other words, you must spend a lot of time with it. So a sahib of Quran is someone who spends a lot of time with Quran. The Prophet ﷺ says, La yambaghi. It is not suitable for sahib al-Quran, for the companion of the Quran, ayyajidda ma'ajiddin. Ayyajidda ma'ajiddin. The word yajidda comes from wajada. So wajada actually has two opposite meanings. It has two opposite meanings. Wajada, let me see if I can just bring it up for, okay. What if you look up wajada has the meaning of, wajada yajidu has the meaning of also falling in love. Wajd, or falling in love. But wajada also, wajada ala has the meaning also of becoming angry as well. There's like two, your wajj is like intense emotion. So wajj like intense emotion. So we normally think about it of in the love sense and passion, but it can also mean in terms of anger. In this context here, it means anger. It means la yambaghi, it is not suitable li sahib al-Quran, for the companion of the Quran, ayyajidda, that this person becomes angry, ma'ajiddin, with anger. In other words, with other people who are angry towards that person. So if you're the sahib of Quran and someone else is angry or vulgar, it is not befitting for the sahib of Quran to confront them with anger or vulgarity. It's not befitting of the sahib of Quran to lose control of oneself. The prophetic advice is la taghdab. Do not lose control of yourself and become filled with rage. It's not befitting of the sahib of the Quran. وَلَا يَجْهَلْ مَعَ جَهْلٍ. And it's not befitting for the sahib of Quran to yajhal. To become yajhal means to be ignorant, yes, from jahl, but it also means to also lose yourself. In other words, you become ignorant of your hal. To lose yourself, to become like an ignorant person, ma'a jahlin, with other people who might display the same ignorance, or they might lose themselves. It's not befitting for you to lose yourself. Meaning what in this hadith, wa fi jawfi wa wa'ul haliya, whilst fi in jawfihi, in his chest, in this person's chest, is kalamullah ta'ala, is the words of Allah the Most High. So the Prophet is speaking here about the adab of someone who carries the Quran. That when you carry the Quran, you have some surahs in your heart, you read some surahs, they are beloved to you, you carry them in your chest, you are carrying something of nubuwah, of prophethood in your chest. And if someone else loses control of themselves and they become enraged and they lose themselves, it's not befitting for you to lose yourself because you have the Quran inside of you. If someone is filled with ignorance and filled with improper emotion, it's not suitable for you to do the same because you have the kalamullah in your chest. May Allah make us of the sahib of Quran. May Allah make us of the companions of the Quran. It's a difficult journey. But may Allah, I always make dua, may Allah give us the love of those things which He loves. May Allah give us the true love of those things which He loves. And may Allah remove the love from our hearts of those things which He does not love. Because when you love something, it becomes easy. So make dua, Allah must make us love these things which He loves. So then our life can become easy because we will do that which we love. And when we have those things that we love, inshallah, if Allah must make us the sahib of Quran, we make dua, Allah must help us to carry ourselves as those people of Quran. The Quran cannot have no effect on you. It cannot not change you. Once the Quran touches you and you study the Quran and you read the Quran, there must be a change of your life because you have this in your jawf. You have this in your chest, this part of nubuwah, this nur from Allah Ta'ala is in your chest. Many of you, mashallah, have learned Surah Al-Rahman. Surah Al-Rahman is a nur from nubuwah, a nur from Allah Ta'ala that has been placed within your chest. Rawahu al-Hakim, Hakim an-Naysaburi narrates the hadith. Within the hadith of Hakim, I mean, we're not getting into technical hadith here, but Hakim wrote a book called Al-Mustadrak. And Hakim considered all his hadith to be sahih in his book. So he, as a muhaddith, considers all his hadith sahih. However, scholars have found that many of these hadith are not always sahih. So when they say here, هذا حديث وقال هذا حديث صحيح الإسناد, when they say that, they mean that Hakim's opinion is that the hadith is sahih. Other people might have a different opinion. Some scholars believe that this is not actually a hadith of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. It's actually a saying of Abdullah ibn Amr al-As. Allah knows best. But we just narrating the hadith from the Mustadrak of Hakim, and it's a beautiful hadith, and the meaning of which is true. So may Allah bless and protect all of us. And this is the hadith for the day. I think we're not going to memorize that, but let's just say it a few times together, so we can just at least get the hadith on our tongue, and we can have the nur of saying the hadith, inshallah. So Bismillah, man qara al-Qur'ana. Let's say it together 2 or 3 times, inshallah. Man qara al-Qur'ana. Man qara al-Qur'ana. And man qara al-Qur'ana. Next one. Faqad istadraja. Faqad istadraja. Again. Faqad istadraja. So the first few words. Man qara al-Qur'ana. Faqad istadraja. Again. من قرأ القرآن فقد استدرج. Again, من قرأ القرآن فقد استدرج. Next one, فقد استدرج النبوة بين جنبيه. فقد استدرج النبوة بين جنبيه. فقد استدرج النبوة بين جنبيه. So our line together. من قرأ القرآن فقد استدرج النبوة بين جنبيه. Next part, غير أنه لا يوحى إليه. غير أنه لا يوحى إليه. غير أنه لا يوحى إليه. Let's say the first time together. من قرأ القرآن فقد استدرج النبوة بين جنبيه غير أنه لا يوحى إليه. Again the first line. من قرأ القرآن فقد استدرج النبوة بين جنبيه غير أنه لا يوحى إليه. Last time. من قرأ القرآن فقد استدرج النبوة بين جنبيه غير أنه لا يوحى إليه. Next part. لا ينبغي لصاحب القرآن أن يجد مع جد. Again. لا ينبغي لصاحب القرآن أن يجد مع جد. Last part. Again, last time. لا ينبغي لصاحب القرآن أن يجد مع جد. Next part. ولا يجهل مع جهل. ولا يجهل مع جهل. ولا يجهل مع جهل. Last part. وفي جوفه كلام الله تعالى. وفي جوفه كلام الله تعالى. وفي جوفه كلام الله تعالى. Allah make us of those who have nur. Allahu Amin. Okay. Any questions on the hadith or any comments that you want to make? There are other hadith also that contain elements of nubuwah. One of them are also true dreams. To have a dream and a dream comes true is considered to be an element of nubuwah. Okay. Next, inshallah, what we'll do is if you can open your